Day 3. Genesis 7-9. Genesis chapter 7. Noah with his family go into the ark. The deluge overflows the earth. And the Lord said to him, Go in, thou and all thy house, into the ark, for thee I have seen just before me in this generation. Of all clean beasts take 7 and 7, the male and the female. Of all clean. The distinction of clean and unclean beasts appears to have been made before the law of Moses, which was not promulgated till the year of the wall, Cleanses 5:14. But of the beasts that are unclean 2 and 2, the male and the female. Other fowls also of the air 7 and 7, the male and the female, that seed may be saved upon the face of the whole earth. For yet a while, and after 7 days, I will rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and I will destroy every substance that I have made from the face of the earth. And Noah did all things which the Lord had commanded him. And he was 600 years old, when the waters of the flood overflowed the earth. And Noah and his sons, his wife, and the waters of the sons with him into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. And of beasts clean and unclean, and of fowls, and of everything that moveth upon the earth, 2 and 2 went into Noah to the ark, male and female, as the Lord had commanded Noah. And after the 7 days were past, the waters of the flood overflowed the earth. In the 600th year of the life of Noah, in the 2nd month, in the 17th day of the month, all the fountains of the great deep were broken out, and the floodgates of heaven were open, and the rain fell upon the 40 days and 40 nights. In the selfsame day Noah, and Sem, and Tam, and Japheth, his sons, his wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them, went into the ark. They and every beast according to its kind, and all the cattle in their kind, and everything that moveth upon the earth according to its kind, and every fowl according to its kind, all birds, and all that fly, went into Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein was the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in on the outside. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased, and lifted up the ark on high from the earth. For they overflowed exceedingly, and filled all on the face of the earth, and the ark was carried upon the waters. And the waters prevailed beyond measure upon the earth, and all the high mountains under the whole heaven were covered. The water was 15 cubits higher than the mountains which it covered. And all flesh was destroyed that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle, and of beasts, and of all creeping things that creep upon the earth, and all men, and all things wherein there is the breath of life on the earth, died. And he destroyed all the substance that was upon the earth, from man even to beast, and the creeping things and fowls of the air, and they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. Genesis chapter 8. The deluge ceaseth. Noah goeth out of the ark, and offereth a sacrifice. God's covenant to him. And God remembered Noah, and all the living creatures, and all the cattle which were with him in the ark, and brought a wind upon the earth, and the waters were abated, the fountains also of the deep, and the floodgates of heaven were shut up, and the rain from heaven was restrained. And the waters returned from off the earth going and coming, and they began to be abated after 150 days. And the ark rested in the 7th month, the 20th day of the month, upon the mountains of Armenia. And the waters were going and decreasing until the 10th month, for in the 10th month, the 1st day of the month, the tops of the mountains appeared. And after that 40 days were past, Noah, opening the window of the ark, which he had made, sent forth a raven, which went forth and did not return till the waters were dried up upon the earth. Did not return. The raven did not return into the ark, but as it may be gathered from the Hebrew went to and fro, sometimes going to the mountains, where it found cockases to feed on, and other times returning to rest upon the top of the ark. He sent forth also a dove after him, to see if the waters had now ceased upon the face of the earth. But she, not finding her foot might rest, returned to him into the ark, for the waters were upon the whole earth. And he put forth his hand, and caught her, and brought her into the ark. And having waited yet 7 other days, he again sent forth the dove out of the ark. And she came to him in the evening, carrying a bough of an olive tree, with green leaves in her mouth. Noah therefore understood that the waters were ceased upon the earth. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and he sent forth the dove, which returned not any more unto him. Therefore in the 601st year of the 1st month, the 1st year of the month, the waters were lessened upon the earth, and Noah, opening the covering of the ark, looked, and saw that the face of the earth was dry. In the 2nd month, the 20th day of the month, the earth was dried. And God spoke to Noah, saying, Go out of the ark, thou and thy wife, thy sons, and the wives of thy sons with thee. all living things that are with thee of all flesh, as well in fowls and beasts, and all creeping things that creep upon the earth, bring out with thee, and goeth upon the earth, increase and multiply upon it. So Noah went out, he and his sons, his wife, and wives of his sons with him, and all living things, and cattle, and creeping things, and creep upon the earth, according to their kinds went out the ark. I now built an altar unto the Lord, and taking of all cattle and fowl that were clean, offered holocausts upon the altar. Holocausts, or whole burnt offerings, in which the whole victim was consumed by fire upon God's altar, and no part was reserved for the use of priests or people. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor, and said, I will no more curse the earth for the sake of man, for the imagination and thought of man's heart are prone to evil from his youth. Therefore I will no more destroy every living soul as I have done. Smelled, etc. A figurative expression, denoting that God was well pleased with the sacrifices which his servant offered. All the days of the earth, seedtime and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, night and day shall not cease. Genesis chapter 9. God blesseth no, forbiddeth blood, and promiseth never more to destroy the world by water. The blessing of Sem and Japheth. And God blessed Noah and his sons. And he said to them, Increase, and multiply, and fill the earth. And let the fear and dread of you be upon all the beasts of the earth, and upon all the fowls of the air, and all that move upon the earth, all the fishes of the sea are delivered into your hand. On everything that moveth, and life shall be meat for you, even as the green herbs have I delivered them all to you, saving that flesh with blood you shall not eat. For I will require the blood of your lives at the hand of every beast, and at the hand of man, at the hand of every man, and of his brother will I require the life of man. Whosoever shall shed man's blood, his blood shall be shed, for man is meant to the image of God. But increase you and multiply, and go upon the earth and fill it. Thus also said God to Noah, and to his sons with him, Behold, I will establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living soul that is with you, as well in all birds, as in cattle and beasts of the earth, that are come forth out of the ark, and in all the beasts of the earth. I will establish my covenant with you, and all flesh shall be no more destroyed with the waters of a flood, neither shall there be from henceforth a flood to waste the earth. And God said, This is the sign of the covenant which I give between me and you, and to every living soul that is with you, for perpetual generations. I will set my bow in the clouds, and it shall be the sign of a covenant between me and between the earth. And when I shall cover the sky with clouds, my bow shall appear in the clouds, and I will remember my covenant with thee, and with every living soul that beareth flesh, and there shall no more be waters of a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the clouds, and I shall see it, and shall remember the everlasting covenant that was made between God and every living soul of all flesh which is upon the earth. And God said to Noah, This shall be the sign of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh upon the earth. And the sons of Noah, who came out of the ark, were Sam, Shem, and Japheth. And Shem is the father of Canaan. These three are the sons of Noah, and from these was all mankind spread over the whole earth. And Noah began to till the ground, and planted a vineyard. And drinking of the wine was made drunk, and was uncovered in his tent. Drunk. And Noah by the judgment of the fathers was not guilty of sin, and being overcome by wine, because he knew not the strength of it. Which when Chan the father of Chanaan had seen, to wit, that his father's nakedness was uncovered, he told it to his two brethren without. But Sem and Japheth put a cloak upon their shoulders, and going backward, covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were turned away, and they saw not their father's nakedness. Covered the nakedness. Thus, as St. Gregory takes notice of 35 Moral. D. 22. We ought to cover the nakedness, that is, the sins of our spiritual parents and superiors. And Noah, waking from the wine, when he had learned what his younger son had done to him, he said, Cursed be Chanaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. Cursed be Chanaan. The curses, as well as the blessings of the patriarchs, were prophetical, and this in particular is here recorded by Moses, for the children of Israel, who were to possess the land of Canaan. But why should Canaan be cursed for his father's faults? The Hebrews answer that he being then a boy was the first that saw his grandfather's nakedness, and told his father Cam of it, and joined with him in laughing at it, which drew upon him, rather than upon the rest of the children of Cham, this prophetical curse. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Sem, the Cham and the Zon. May God enlarge Japheth, and may he dwell in the tents of Sam, and Chanaan be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. And all his days were in the whole 950 years, and he died.